Morning traders, it's Peter Thompson, Senior Mentor of 1 Billion Signals, sponsored by Merit Forex. I hope you had a great weekend, as we do expect interesting week, not volatile as the previous one that we had brilliant opportunities last week. I hope you took it. But this one is going to start a little bit slower, but still, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, we have very good opportunities. So what's going on considering the economic calendar, consumer confidence? Today we don't have important events. 2 p.m. consumer confidence in US, the same time new home sales in US, gross domestic product in Germany, 6 a.m. in the morning GMT time. So it's very important because last week United Kingdom released their gross domestic product. It was minus 22% approximately, compared to US minus 33%. So right now the forecast for Germany is minus 10%. So Germany could be the winner. Let's take a look what's gonna be the numbers tomorrow. It's gonna be very interesting. Wednesday core durable goods orders on the 12:30 GMT and crude oil inventories 2:30 p.m. GMT time. We're gonna take a look at crude oil. Pretty interesting. We had analyzed the crude last week, and we did expect modest drop of the crude oil, just to give us a little bit momentum, and after that bigger one. So we're gonna take a look in about a minute. So Thursday, gross domestic product in US, GDP on quarterly basis minus 32.9% the last time. Right now we do expect minus 32.6%. Let's see, 12:30 GMT time, initial jobless claims, very important events for the US economy currently. 12:30 again GMT on Thursday, expected to see another 1 million people got fired since the last week. Let's see how it's going to be the report, but definitely it's not the best situation out there. Federal Reserve Chairman is going to give a speech 10 minutes after 1 p.m. and pending home sales 2 p.m. on Thursday GMT. Friday, gross domestic product in Canada. Actually, the Canadian GDP is going positive, which is pretty cool for Canada. Especially compared to the other countries. Let's see how the situation is going to affect the Canadian GDP. And Governor Bailey, Bank of England, is going to give a speech 1:05 on Friday. So what's more interesting is actually the charts, as we discussed a couple of possible fake breakouts last week on my previous video. If you go and take a look, we talk about the Euro US dollar and the GBP US dollar. Guys, be careful with the buy trades above 1.1912, because these could be a false breakout. Exactly the same situation like the gross domestic part, like the GBP, sorry. And this is something that obviously happened, false breakout, and the price got back to 1.1799. We talked about for 2-3 days 200 pips movement, which is not bad at all. So we still are Euro and GBP are still fragile currency pairs, to call them like this. So they can start pushing to the downside 1.1696, 17 round number, and even further down after it tests this level. Yes, I would definitely say we are in a very strong upward trend on the Euro US dollar, but bear in mind, because of the situation, we definitely can see strength of the US dollar. Exactly the same about the gross domestic product, guys. Oh my god. GBP USD, exactly the same, false breakout here, and as you can see, GBP went down with almost 200 pips. Quick recovery to the upside, after that quick recovery to the downside again, in order to stay on 1.31, a round number, a very big round number. And from here we can see continuation of this decline. So just be careful with the buy trades. I am totally bearish on the GBP, and repeating that since the last I don't know, probably 2-3 months. Yes, I know, this breakout was unexpected, but I'm still bearish on the gross domestic product. Still, gross domestic product. Hell. GBP, Great British Pound, still bearish, simply because of the situation worldwide. Fundamentally, it doesn't make any sense to see Dow Jones, S&P 500 going up like crazy, and V-shaped recovery on Nasdaq. This was quite logical, but S&P 500 and Dow, especially Dow Jones, such a recovery, it's nonsense to me, considering what's going on around the world. Australian US, what's going on? 0.7169, still trying to push down, still not pretty confidently going down and going down. This actually finished the V-shaped recovery. Compared to the other countries, Australia and New Zealand are much better in terms of coronavirus cases than China, US, and even some other countries. Australia and New Zealand are in a very good position in terms of this situation, so that's why the Australian and even New Zealand are pushing up to the sky. I'm gonna wait for the Australian until I see some momentum, and then I'm gonna take an action. New Zealand is step behind the Australian dollar. As you can see, we can even say that it started a downtrend. New Zealand is going down. 2 weeks ago, if I'm not wrong, they announced that actually New Zealand could go back to under quarantine mode, to put it that way, but still nothing is for sure. But definitely this puts some pressure on the New Zealand dollar since then. So let's see what's gonna happen. We went right below the support level, 0.6583 resistance level. I'm not gonna move this, switch this line, because it's still relevant. And let's see what's gonna happen in the upcoming days. But I'm not gonna touch Australian and New Zealand dollar. USD Canadian going first to the crude oil. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit just to see on Friday $1.7 drop of the crude oil. As you can see, it's still struggling to break out the resistance level, and I'm still bearish on the crude. With this one, obviously we need some patience. So if we see breakout of 41, we definitely can see continuation to the downside. It's interesting commodity for sure. I don't see any increase of the demand in the upcoming weeks. The coronavirus cases going up, growing like crazy, and this is going to put some pressure on the crude oil price. So if we see crude down, Canadian dollar down, USD CAD going up in order to test 1.3339. But bear in mind that right now USD, as you can see, is under pressure. So because of this, we see such a slow price action of the USD Canadian, such a low volume, because simply people were buying USD and buying CAD, if Canadian being sold, US dollar going up at the same time. So it is crazy. I wouldn't touch currency pair, especially USD Canadian for now. I would focus on crude, GBP, Euro even, but USD Canadian is not an option for me. USD Swiss franc, one of my favorite is, 0.9177 our resistance level, 0.9051 our support level. For now it's fluctuating in the middle of these two boundaries, something that's pretty common, if you say so, simply because the middle of the range is actually giving you support resistance line. USD Swiss, I'm gonna wait to see 0.9177 or 0.9051, then we're gonna talk about potential opportunities. Until then, we are waiting. USD Japanese, total mess here. We talked about this breakout and this breakout to the downside here, and after that, as you can see, going up, going down. Now probably it's gonna go up. It could go down, and exactly when you see such a price action, run away. It's no point to focus on this. So just to summarize our technical analysis, Euro, GBP, and crude, and maybe New Zealand dollar. It really depends on many things, but maybe New Zealand dollar is in my focus for this week. It's gonna be definitely interesting, guys. Follow the economic calendar, and of course take some trades, because we definitely gonna have potential opportunities. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you have any questions for me, Peter Thompson, senior mentor of 1 billion signals, sponsored by Merit Forex, share us and like us on the social medias. I'm definitely gonna appreciate that. Spread our channel to your friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and expect my new video on Wednesday. Have fun and good luck.